Today's project: beer drinking, breath stinking, sniffing glue. No, do not sniff glue, folks. That's just lyrics from a Beastie Boys song. Today's project: fix the pads on my Sunray Gold. So here we go. Part 1: remove the headphones from my hat. And of course, everything that I have has been DIY'd. Alright, we're going to skip this part. I'm going to have to get these snaps off. I did this hat this way so I could run the, and not have this folded up and not get sunburned. So I'm going to skip through this. Okay, project for the day. And I just got them off my hat. I've got a set of these ear pads that have seen better days. These Sunrays are probably about 5 years old. And they're, I don't know if you can see on the camera, they're getting cracked and they're nasty and they're not very pliable anymore and they're just scratchy and they suck. So they're coming off. And I'm going to put something else on. Any of you wanting to attempt this project, you can probably send these back off. There's a fellow, you can go to Sunray's website, and it's kind of a real simple HTML website, and you can send them off to a guy and you get them back. I guess, I don't know if that's a warranty covered part on these or not. Get this beer open. Oh yeah, the refreshing Miller. This is a beer drinking project, folks. Anyway, you can send it off, and I don't know if this part is covered by warranty. I guess it is during the time frame, but my 5 years I'm sure is up. I'm not sure if these are warranted for life. But bottom line is, I use these at least once a week, so I don't know when I'm getting these things back, and I don't know how much the guy's going to charge me to put on the new ear pads. One thing I found is I was going to do this project years ago, and I did a guessing game and bought some ear pads out of China. They ended up being the wrong size. They were just too small, and the quality of the leather was, or leatherette, was kind of bad. So I decided I didn't even want to attempt it. But if you're going to do it yourself, the whole idea is you want ear pads that are 100 millimeters, 80 millimeters. You can find this stuff on eBay. Okay, so what we're going to do is put some new ones on. Let me snag those real quick. So what I got here for replacements is something I got off of eBay, and they were just under $10 shipped, and they feel fairly nice. I'm sure that's a leatherette. The other thing is these are actually for a Sony MDR V600 and 900 series headphones. They're not so much over the ear, but I'm sure that they'll probably over time become that way. They'll just kind of stretch out. And I prefer over the ear because I'm trying to eliminate outside noise when I'm metal detecting. So you can see that there's a right ear and left ear. They're kind of anatomically shaped, and I'm hoping I can go ahead and integrate this into this elongated donut situation over here. I may have to go ahead and malform a little bit to go ahead and get it to fit. But first step is to get the old off, and they're on there with some sort of cement, like a rubber cement. So what I'm going to do is carefully get going with this and get it kind of pried off, and I'll try to go around and clean up the contact surface. I may have a chisel around here I can do some scraping and get that cleaned up with. So let's see what happens with that. Let's get these out of the way for the moment. And what happens? Beer time. Comes off pretty easy, but it's going to leave. Yeah. Oh yeah. These things have seen better days. So, back of the old headphone. Other side. Just get up in there, get it started. You can get it with your hands. Alright. So, I want to get... I've got some sand in there too. So, while I'm after it, I'm going to go ahead and... I know these pop off. Thought they did. I've ended up using that waterproofing stuff that comes in the can. Never Wet. I do not suggest that product to you guys, or at least I'm not good at applying it. It's like you put on a rubber cement first. It's in a spray can, and anyway, this is what my sun rays look like now, and it's worn off, and it's just I think you can get the stuff back off with acetone or something. You see how it's scraping off? It's just, anyway, yeah, it's wore off. Long story short, okay, I'm going to get these cups. I think these will go ahead and separate this little screen. I want to get this washed up, get sand out of here. So once I have those off, we'll talk again. Okay, using a screwdriver, I just went ahead and pried, kind of got those to pop off. These just snap back on to that housing there. And underneath them, you'll find this kind of plastic mesh. It's got sand in it. Here's the other one. Those are going to go soak in the sink for a while in some Dawn detergent water. I'll end up going ahead, since this is off, much easier than messing with the whole headphones itself, and get this surface area cleaned up and washed. It's got sand. I've got some sand stuck in this foam. I did kind of peel away here, and it seems to come away pretty easy, but the problem is the Mylar cone here kind of wants to move around, so I'm going to have to be real gentle. I don't know if I'm going to... No, it looks like, well... Yeah, I can get that off and back on. They kind of do a crisscross cut and then shove but there seems to be enough wire, and the solder connections seem to be pretty firm, so I may just go ahead and give those a wash too while I'm at it. So back after it, as soon as I clean the foam, clean these little protector screens for the Mylar cones. Those are going to go back on, even though the new ones have this foam deal. That'll help probably keep the larger grains of sand from getting back in there too, so yay. Okay, as you can see here, the foam inserts do come out. It's not that bad. What I would do is I would go ahead and make sure you're holding onto your Mylar cone. I keep saying cone, Mylar cone, but the thing about it is there's another little thing about metal detectors are, if you're going to buy a good metal detecting headphone, make sure they have Mylar cones in them. That's really the big thing. Humidity and dampness and all that it works on those paper cones, and it actually changes the tone and changes its ability. It gets muddy sounding instead of beep 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 beep, and go burp, 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 so like you're talking through something, like there's a barrier in your way. I also find that cheaper headphones like the Calrads and even my Garrett AT Pro headphones had a muddy sound from the get-go. And that's why I went with the Sunray Golds, is they have a very, very bright sound to them. They're crisp, bright tones. And should be, you know, as long as everything holds up, years of fun out in the field, as long as you keep up with it. And it's obviously time for a little maintenance. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and get these soaking and dry them out really good, because I don't want to go back in there with something that's holding humidity back into the electronics and the pots and the switches and stuff like that. But quick look for all the people that are interested in, you know, are these things well made? Well, yeah, pretty good. I mean, really, really nice solid soldering off in there. I know you probably can't see a whole lot. Oh yeah, they soldered the tar out of where they connected to the cones. So there's a control pot here for the volume. And those are really good connections. So yeah, Sunray and I'll bet all those guys are really good. You know, if you're into the Grey Ghosts and the Rattlers and all that, you don't get a reputation for a good metal detecting headphone by making crap. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get all this cleaned up, Get the surfaces on those plastic snap-on deals that you glue the pads on. Get those cleaned up. Get those surfaces ready to go. Probably give a little sandpaper there to make sure I have a nice surface to go ahead and use some glue. I'm going to try Duco. You know, it's kind of a general purpose cement. Mimics kind of like what am I trying to think of? Contact cement, rubber cement, that sort of thing. It's a little bit pliable. It's not like a hard glue, you know, like a cyanocrylate or something like that. Plus, in another 5 years, when these do start to wear off, I want to get them back off again, and I have to clean up cyanocrylate gravel off my plastic parts. So I'm going to clean up, clean the cones, get everything ready to go, and we'll start the process. Okay, so I've got the foam cleaned up. I've got the cones cleaned up as best as I'm going to do. I don't want to get rough with them. That membrane is not as thick as what I thought. The foam, I also just went ahead and got it off and thumped it with my finger. You know, thump, 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 knock that sand out. I'd rather not go ahead and carry any moisture that I don't get out and wait till it dries and all that great stuff. These, soap and water, these will go back on. The plastic caps that you glue the cups on, universal. You can put them on either way, so you're not stuck one way or the other, because these are anatomical. So when I go back on with them, one's got to be opposite than the other. Otherwise, you're going to have one that's upside down. Now, if you are a lefty, make a point of that. I know that I'm a righty, and I want to make sure that this side of the headphones with the cord is over on my right side. So that's the other thing I'm going to check out and make sure that I've got everything anatomically correct for the right side. When I was scraping things off, I used this tool, something my wife picked up. I told her to get a putty knife. This is what she brought home. I don't know what you call this thing, but it's pretty handy. And I scraped down this, and come to find out, guess what? They didn't use no Duco or rubber cement or anything like that. Cyanocrylate. And you're like, what? You talking about cyanocrylate? Super glue. That's the generic term. You can get it in all kinds of thicknesses. You can get it thin, quick set, long set. This is just your cheap 99 cents for 2 tubes. And what I'm going to do is I'll start it. I think I'm going to start with the thick side, and I'll do a semicircle, right, and get it set and work my way around. Now, something that I found with modeling and RC is, have you ever noticed, like when you use this stuff, it sets up on your fingers faster than it does your project? Well, the reason for that is there's an activator for cyanocrylate. It's called H2O. So your fingers have moisture in them. That's why those things set and they glue together, and then you're sitting there trying to hold your project together for 5 minutes while the super glue sets up. So what I like to do is take my surfaces, I'll get a paper towel, I'll dampen it, and I'll wipe down the surface I'm about to apply to. Here, here, just barely moist, and that makes things set up. Of course, when you go that route, boy, you better have it lined up. So anyway, there my cat is tearing everything up for me. Alright, here comes the super glue part. Again, I'm going to go ahead and start with the fat part, you know, for the back of your ear back here. And I'm going to do probably about this area first. Get it set into place so that I can go ahead and work it around. Work that foam around the way I need to. So maybe I'll show you that. Get that part done and then show you as I start to go ahead and finish up. The manufacturers use 2 bands, 2 circles, right, of glue. It's spread out obviously, but you can make out there was actually two full circles. It's almost like they went ahead and put 2 rings of this stuff on and slap that in. Well, if you the old donut ones, it fits only one way, so there's no manipulation of that. unless you just drop it in wrong. Okay, I'm off to do that part, and I'll show you what I get in a second. Okay, so the back side's set, and I can go ahead and kind of lean up, get off in there. What I want to do is, you see there's some overlap here. I'm going to go ahead and try to push that back a little bit and get it lined up. So, let's see what we get. I'm going to go ahead and just gently try to open this up like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and back off in here. I'll do a square, come around here on the outside, back again with the square on the inside here, and maybe just a little dab here. And then when I come back over, I'll line that up. And there's that part about sticking to the skin. Alright, and now I want to use some physics to keep this held in place, because I don't stand here for 5 minutes holding this, so I'm literally going to use some physics. I had no idea he wrote instruction manuals. I thought it was all science fiction. My wife found this book for me, and this guy is smart too. I'm just talking about aliens and spaceships, man. So gravity's effects on a surface of least resistance. I guess that's what we're going to call this one. Let that sit for 5 minutes. And we'll do the other same way. And then we'll go ahead and reassemble. Okay, this part may be kind of difficult to shoot because I'm going to have to pick these up and manipulate them and get them out of frame. But what we're going to do is go ahead and set that dead center. I'm sure it's not sticking out past the edges. Go ahead and kind of line up this. Now that pad holder snaps in with a ridge on the inside, and it doesn't take much. You can hear it snap into place. Now that's it. My sun rays are fixed, man. No more scratchy. So go ahead and open that up, let you see. Now I've got the anatomical deal, and I put it over, and your ear will kind of make its way off inside there, and so it's kind of like stuck on your head a little better too. But it's comfortable. I mean, it's not like you're squashing your ear up and jamming it off in there. It's comfortable. So, end of project. On a scale of time taken, 1.25 beers. I'm out 10 cents worth of glue, under $10 shipped for the pads, and now I think I've got better pads. It's going to be more comfortable than the ones I had before. So you get separation anxiety about sending your sun rays off and you're going detecting in 5 days. That sucks. I know you got some CalRads, somewhere buried in a box, and you really don't want to whoop those things out. You want to have your good stuff. So by the time you pay all the shipping and stuff, maybe to have him do this stuff, I don't know if you're on the hook for repair shipping or not, or if it's under warranty. For me, why bother? Like I say, it really is a $10 project. Shipped and the glue and the time. We're at $1.25 in beer. So a good time was had by all, and now I'm ready to go back out and comfortably hunt. Here comes summer, just in time to go ahead and sweat and get these things cracked up. Anyway, I'm going to try to source these and try to find them cheaper. I wasn't going to spend all day looking for a cheaper price than 10 bucks, but I'll bet I can source them and find them closer to 5. So think about it. 5 bucks, shipping, priority shipping, $6.80. No waiting, except for the glue to dry. That's all at 10 minutes. So I'm back after it. Beep beep time. So there's the project. Hope that kind of gives you an idea what to do. Remember, if you're whatever you're gonna do, the thing is on sun rays, and it's probably gonna be the same thing for stuff like gray ghosts and killer bees and rattlers. Is you want to make sure that you have a 100 millimeter by 80 millimeter width on your ear pads. And this was kind of a wildcat project. Like I said, this is an ergo situation that fits this Sony MDK something or other V600 through 900. That's what you can look up for a keyword under eBay if you want to go searching for that on Amazon or whatnot. Okay, done rambling. I'm gonna finish this beer. I'm gonna go plug these in and test them out. Make sure I didn't blow a solder connection whenever I got to messing with the Mylar cones. But hope you enjoyed the DIY, and like and subscribe if you're down with that. And good luck with your digging. Happy hunting. Have a good one. Bye.